Right, and I'm now here for my Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. fight preview and prediction now for you guys. And yes, look, there's loads of people who are unhappy that this fight is happening. And if I'm being completely honest, I am one of them. I'm not a big fan of this fight. Lamont Roach Jr. is a blaze super featherweight. He's the weight below Tank, and I mean, it just seems like Tank just likes fighting guys smaller than him, or he wants to have you on a rehydration clause. That's the issue with Tank, in my opinion, and it's a disappointing fight for him to take. But look, Lamont Roach Jr. overall is no slouch. He's a world champion, but he's a weight lower than Tank, and no one asked for this fight. Like, who had this on their bingo card for 2025? No one, absolutely nobody asked for this fight to happen. But we're here. We're going to be doing a prediction for it. Look, I used to be a big fan of Tank, but I've massively gone off him, especially over these last few months, for multiple reasons. But we're not going to get into it right now. He won't care anyway. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, how does Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. play out? In my opinion, Gervonta Davis will win this fight. 100%, I'm pretty certain he will win. He's a big favorite. Roach Jr. is a big underdog, as he should be. But if I'm being real here, and this is something, I do think Lamont Roach Jr. does have a fairly awkward style, and I feel like could take a bit of time to figure out. But once Tank figures him out and gets to his man, he's going to finish Lamont Roach Jr. That is what will happen. But Lamont Roach Jr. has got ridiculously underrated defense, and that's the best part of Lamont Roach Jr.'s game is his defense. He's got one of the best defense in boxing, in my opinion. It's a very good, perfect defense, if I'm being real, overall, when he is fighting defensively. When he's fighting offensively, though, this is the issue with Lamont Roach Jr. I think his volume lets him down. He has low volume, and it lets him down. And that's basically a big reason of why he lost to Jamel Herring, is because he just didn't throw enough in that fight. He wasn't active enough, and that's going to let him down here against Tank. And he might even be more cautious than normal because he's wary of that power. But he has got good defense, though, so it's going to take a while for Tank to figure him out. And for Tank to be able to get Lamont Roach Jr. out of there, he's going to have to break him down. And I think he's going to break him down to the body. Tank hits too hard. And Lamont Roach Jr., he's not known for power. He's got 10 knockouts out of his 25 wins. Lamont Roach Jr. does not hit hard at all, and he's not going to have the power to keep a good, come-forward fighter who likes to fight in the inside, manages his range well, like Gervonta Tank Davis. Like, Lamont Roach has not got the power in order to gain Tank's respect, in my opinion, and that's going to be the downfall for him. And the fact that he doesn't really throw much as well is something which is going to badly affect him in this fight. Even though he's got good defense, I feel like his style could be tailor-made for Tank to eventually break down and finish. I think the thing with Lamont Roach Jr. as well, sometimes when he is on the offensive side of things, he lunges in quite a lot. And someone for the power and the timing of Tank, if Lamont Roach Jr. makes those mistakes offensively, lunging in after, throwing a jab or after his, I mean, he is quick with his offense, Lamont Roach. He is quick with his counters as well. But I feel like he lunges in at times and he's going to get punished for it by someone like Gervonta Tank Davis. And also as well, I feel like Lamont Roach struggles a bit when he's on the back foot. At times he can be pushed back onto those ropes. And against someone like Tank, I don't think it's going to go well. I mean, he does like to fight on the back foot at times, Lamont Roach, but at times his opponent's able to back him up against the ropes and get the odd bit of success. And if Tank can do that, it's not going to go well. And I feel like Tank's going to be much stronger than Lamont Roach as well, as the more naturally heavier guy. He's going to be able to bully him around the ring. I feel like at times Tank will be able to. His strength's very underrated, in my opinion, Tank. It is. It's not just his boxing skills. He is strong, and he's definitely going to be stronger than Lamont Roach Jr. And that is going to be showing in this fight, in my opinion, 100%. It will be. I think, again, I just feel like Lamont Roach Jr., I just feel like, yeah, the lunging in offensively, and I feel like he might leave himself open at times as well. As the fight goes on and Tank's figuring him out and breaking him down. I mean, no one's really significantly broke Lamont Roach Jr. down, but Gervonta Tank Davis is going to do that. Like, Tank's relentless with his work. He's obviously going to get to Lamont Roach Jr. Lamont's not got the style to beat Tank. He hasn't got the power to keep him off him. And I don't think he's got the offensive boxing IQ that's needed to beat Tank. He's definitely got the defensive IQ to beat someone like Tank. He's difficult to hit and he's awkward to figure out. And, Lamont Roach manages his range nicely as well. These are two guys going at it who manage the range fairly well. But when Lamont's on the offense, there's big mistakes in his game offensively. That's the thing here, and it's going to bite him. It's going to bite him right in the neck in this fight. The mistakes that he makes offensively. I just feel like, at times Lamont Roach, when he throws his shots, at times as well, he leaves his hand there too long, and then he could get caught over the top against someone like Tank. He's got away with it in his fights because, as I said again, his defense is quick, but with someone with the timing and the IQ of Tank, it's not going to end well for Lamont Roach Jr. in this fight against it. Like, that is the thing, in my opinion. I think as well, though, Gervonta Davis's bodywork is some of the best in boxing. He's ridiculously relentless, and his body shots just come out of nowhere a lot of the time. And I feel like that's where Tank's going to really start his offense from, going to that body of Lamont Roach, trying to, get on that front foot straight away. Tank's going to be able to take the front foot. I feel like Lamont's going to want the front foot as well, but Tank's going to be the one on that front foot. Tank's going to be the one looking to push the pace. I'd be very surprised if Lamont Roach needs the one on the front foot. I mean, the thing is with Tank, he can still be on the front foot, and he doesn't even need to throw to the to any respect to be on the front foot. He can come forward with a good high guard, and Tank does start slow. But he builds his way into fights very well, and his body work early on especially is what Tank likes to work. And we're going to see that especially against someone like Lamont Roach, because his head's not always going to be there. But eventually it will be, and Tank's going to get success. I've seen people saying, Lamont Roach might be able to make it the distance with Tank. Is it possible with his defense? Yes, but I don't think he will. I feel like he can be broken down, and as a naturally smaller guy, I don't think he's ever fought someone with the power of Tank, and I feel like it's going to be a bit of a shock to the system once he does get caught. And I just don't think he's going to be able to gain Tank's respect whatsoever, if I'm being real. I just feel like there's too many mistakes in his offensive game where he's going to be there to be countered by someone like Tank. And, Lamont Roach has been in there with some good world-level fighters, but they're not Gervonta Davis at the end of the day. They're not Tank. Tank's got one of the best boxing IQs in boxing. So Lamont Roach is in trouble here. I feel like Tank's, that level above overall, and he's that weight above as well. And that's probably going to play a factor. No one wants to see the fight, but we're going to watch it anyway. Thanks for watching.